Good morning, students. Let's start our new module of democratic politics. What is democracy and why democracy? Now, in this whole module, we are going to learn about the factors of democracy, importance of democracy. One thing very clear, keep in your mind, democracy is nothing but a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In this whole module, we are going to study about all these things, why the democracy is important and what actually democracy is. What is democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. Why define democracy? It helps us to separate democracy from forms of government that are clearly not democratic. From the non-democratic government, take the example of Myanmar, where rulers were not elected by the people. Those who were in charge of the army of the country took over as rulers and people had no say in this decision. Dictators like Pinot are not elected by the people. This also applies to monarchies. Definition of democracy. The word democracy comes from Greek word demokratia. In Greek, demos means people and kratia rule. So democracy is rule by the people. A simple definition. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Feature of democracy. The simple definition of democracy gives rise to various questions which are given below. Who are the rulers in this definition? What kind of election constitutes a democratic election? Who are the people who can elect the rulers or get elected as rulers? Finally, what form of government is a democracy? Main features of democracy. Major decisions by elected leaders. In a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. In Pakistan, President Musharraf has the power to dismiss national and state assemblies. The final power rests with the army and the general himself. We cannot call it a democracy. Free and fair electoral competition. A democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. In China, elections are held for its parliament, but all the candidates are either members of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller allies of the party. In Mexico, elections have been held every 6 years since 1980, but the same party, PRI, has won the election. Obviously, there has been rigging and malpracticing with freedom denied to opposition. In both the example, elections are held, but one cannot claim that they are free and fair. One person, one vote, one value. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Democracy is based on the fundamental principle of political equality. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Estonia, and Fiji, in some or other, may deny voting rights to certain sections of its population. Rule of law and respect of right. A democratic government rules within limit set by constitutional law and citizen right. A democratic government cannot do what it likes after winning the elections. It has to respect certain basic rules and is accountable not only to the people but also to other independent officials. Robert Mugabe is the president of Zimbabwe. He is ruling there for last 38 years. But in many incidents he has behaved in an undemocratic way and even above the law. We have discussed today what is democracy, why define democracy, definition of democracy, a simple definition, features of democracy. In next module, we will discuss about why democracy, arguments for democracy, arguments against democracy, broader meanings of democracy. Thank you.